Hey, so what is going on, everyone? It is me, Mr. Mario.
And Dope Slayer 930.
Hey, so how are you doing, sir?
Pretty good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing quite well, thank you for asking. We're actually doing this back to back right now with ModChat episode 2. And welcome to the first episode of ModChat Plus. Now,
What?
yeah,
what
what?
is ModChat Plus, Mr. Mario? You tell him.
Okay, ModChat Plus is essentially if you know us from ModChat and you knew us from there, from YouTube, well, there are some people who, they wanted us. We started ModChat because we wanted to talk more about mods, even if it was just reminiscing or just rambling and ranting about things. And people wanted us to talk about mods, so we started up ModChat. But then we also had this idea. There's also a lot of people who just like us for being us, and they like it when we talk about random things, and you are our favorite types of people. We love you.
Definitely. The ones that are genuine, that like what we do, but also like us as human beings and would like to get to know more about us. Those are, obviously the types of subscribers and people that I really, really, would like to, cater to as an audience.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, I was about to say, like, those are the subscribers like I actually feel like I work for.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not work for in a bad way. It's just like, no, I'm doing this to please you all. Like the other people here who will leech it, no, they could go somewhere else. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. It's the ones that you almost feel like they are friends. I consider them friends, but almost like part of something. It's like a part of your community and your spectrum of people.
I wasn't laughing at that, but I just, for some reason, imagined myself like holding like a bunch of electrons. I'm just like, you all are my friends.
Oh yes. Oh god. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So, Mod Chat Plus, it's going to be a lot like this. Like, Mod Chat is already pretty laid back, but it's going to be even more laid back. And Mod Chat Plus is essentially us talking about whatever we want to. So we actually had a few topics in mind, and we're kind of easing into this. So this is kind of a hybrid, I guess, between Mod Chat Plus, because we're still talking about computer-related things, but this is kind of our more personal incident. So there might be times we might just be talking about, things that are going on in life. We might be talking about older life stories, things like that. But essentially, this is just a off-brand version of Mod Chat, with the same hosts and everything. And that's exactly why we called it Mod Chat Plus, because you wanted more modding stuff, you got Mod Chat. But if you want more about the actual people and you don't really care about what the content is that much, you just want more of that, like a fat kid who's like thirsting after some food and drink and all that stuff, that's why we got Mod Chat Plus.
Exactly. So we're hoping, again, like he said, it's already super laid back with the other one, but this stuff, again, like you said, it's more hybrid, this one, as it pertains still, and it could almost be like a Mod Chat episode, but we're going to do a lot of topics on things that have nothing to do with anything electronics related, just life stories, random just chit-chat and bullshit and stuff like that, but instead of just starting off on a very serious note or, some kind of other note, we decided, Mr. Mario and me thought that it'd be best to kind of, like you said, ease you into this. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this. And, we're also very excited to hear and see feedback for this, sub mod chat, segment or this series we're going to be doing.
Exactly, yeah. This is like the spin-off anime version of Mod Chat, I guess you could say. Yeah, no, like, as Dope Stoner was saying, we actually had another idea that I kind of wanted to go through, and we were talking about it, but then kind of thought about it, and I was like, you know what, that's a bit too serious to start this off, so we're going to start off with something gross and disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I don't know about your stories, but I'm going to be telling some stories that are going to make people's stomachs go into knots. They're going to make them flip around. Like, you might be driving, and then all of a sudden, you're going to hear one of my stories. When you get to the end, you're going to be like that kid in Are We There Yet? Where he throws up all over the windshield and the dashboard.
Which, by the way, if you have not seen that, is a great movie. I like Ice Cube as an actor, and it's a great movie.
I like Ice Cube as well, too. So,
Yeah.
What are we talking about? In case you don't know from wherever you're watching, which, again, also, that's one thing we should talk about. Mostly, we're going to be putting this on YouTube. That's where we're going to be catering towards because there's comments and all that. But, we're on Podbean. All the links will be down below in the description. We're on iTunes now. And there's also...
We're official.
We're official! And we also got a Facebook as well, too.
By our EP coming out next week.
Exactly, yeah. I got my mixtape coming out soon. Yeah, 1 million bottles of orange soda on the wall is going to be on there, too. It's the full version, not the leak that came out.
Yeah. So, anyways, basically in this episode, what we're going to be talking about is some of the craziest consoles and things we've seen, essentially nastiest, dirtiest, wretchedest, any other ist words you want to add to that, basically, but just kind of crazy, gnarly things that we've seen over the years of doing repairs and mods and things like that. I know I have a few stories. I wish honestly, I know that there's so many more that I just can't think of on the spot right now, but Mr. Mario has told me that he's got some stuff that'll make me puke, so I'm very excited for this.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, with that, we're going to be talking about some of the nastiest things we've dealt with working on electronics, because as some of you may or may not know, both Daniel and I, we've been into the repair scene, the modding scene, things like that, but even we do stuff in our spare time with our own hardware, with other people's hardware, whatever it is, and any repairman has seen just vile, disgusting stuff. So, we're going to go ahead and ease into that. Do you think they're ready?
I hope so. I mean, I'd say get your trash cans close in case. You know?
All right. First thing, I guess we're going to talk about a printer. Now, this doesn't sound like that much, especially since we just came off, console talk and everything, right? So, this is what happened. This actually happened at work a few months ago. I end up getting an email, and it's from this one lady that says, our printer's not working. Can you come check it out? And in case you don't know, I do IT on campus. So I said, sure, I'll check it out on this day. So I walk up there, and from what I knew, the printer was not printing. It wasn't working for whatever reason. I hate dealing with printers as is, just because I hate fixing printers, dealing with them, whatever. I hate paper jams. I hate driver issues, anything like that. So what happens is I go in, this lady's on the phone, right? And we kind of signaled to each other. I'm just like, I'm here for the printer. And she's like, yeah, okay, sure. So I see the printer is off. So I turn it on. It makes noises and everything. I'm like, okay, cool. I open up the printer because I assume there's something wrong internally. And I instantly feel chills go from the tips of my fingers all the way across my body. And I start trying to get her attention, and she's like, oh, yeah, okay. And I partially walk out of the room and come back in. What I saw there was this printer. It didn't work because it had turned into a live roach nest, and there were roaches and bugs crawling everywhere. And that's not even the worst part. There were eggs everywhere.
There's one thing in life that I hate more than anything. It's roaches, dude.
Yeah, dude. Eggs everywhere. Eggs all up in the print spools. Eggs all up underneath the printer itself, where the paper was, where the ink was. Oh, and then all around the table, around the printer, roach eggs everywhere.
Oh, that's so fucked up. How did nobody see that before? How did nobody discover that? They kept printing it out and I didn't know that I printed out a live roach running across. How did nobody see that?
There was puffed rice stuff next to it, and it kind of looked like somebody crushed up a bunch of little tiny puffed rice things and sprinkled them all over the desk.
Jesus Christ, dude. Oh God, stop.
I'm not stopping. No, we gotta continue because it gets worse. Then what ends up happening is I'm having my freak out moment and everything, because I'm like you, I don't fuck with roaches.
No, dude.
I don't like roaches. None of that. So then she finally gets off the phone, and she's like, yeah, so you're here to look at the printer? I'm like, there's bugs in your printer. She's like, oh, and then she looks, and she's like, oh, okay. Like it's something normal. That's the worst thing about it. So then I'm freaking out right there.
Oh, yeah?
And then, yeah.
Oh, you cut out, dude.
I did. What was the last thing that was heard?
Last thing you said to her was, there's bugs in your printer. She said, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. So I'll kind of backtrack on that. There was bugs in the printer. She said, okay. And then we're talking about it, and I'm trying to think of how to transfer this thing because I want it out of this office immediately. So what ends up happening is then she's like, well, is there any way we could fix the printer? And I'm like, no, we're not fixing the printer. It's an infested bug hotel. That's it. I'm not dealing with this.
No way, dude.
So I'm just because the thing is, you touch that stuff and you're going to get the eggs and the bugs running all up your your hoodie and stuff like that.
In hell.
Yeah. So that thing was already infected and everything. And I was telling her, I'm like, no, we can't do it. She's like, well, let's see if it prints. And then it printed. She's like, oh, it's working now. I'm like, I don't think you realize this is a health violation. We can't have this. This is a bigger problem than your damn printer not working.
Oh my God.
And then there was a guy that came in. And he's like, oh, hey, Danny, hey, so what's going on? And she's like, oh, yeah, Danny was looking at the printer. And I was like, yeah, there's bugs in there. He comes over, he looks down at the printer, and then looks at me. He's like, wow, there's a lot of eggs in there. And I'm like, that's it? And I'm like, how do you guys act like this is normal?
They're just acting casual?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right, that's a lot of bugs.
I haven't been up to her office in at least 3 or 4 months, but I'm pretty sure she kept the printer, even though I said you all need to get rid of it because it's disgusting.
Oh my God, dude, that's so... I have so many good roach stories for other mod chats that have nothing to do with anything, but absolutely disgusting. Honestly, I would have done 3 things. 1, screamed. 2, puked. 3, just felt dirty for a long time.
I really did.
Dude, like when she says, "How do I fix this?" I would have ran up to that son of a bitch and drop kicked it, dude, halfway across the room. Like
Yeah,
problem
but then you
solved.
realize all the eggs would have exploded out
No,
of
I
it.
know, I know. In all honesty, I probably would have gotten like a fucking fire extinguisher or like a torch and just burn. I said we gotta burn down the building. There's no repair. It's beyond repair, lady. Like this is an epidemic right now. What's it called? Those guys that come out and spray.
Exterminators?
Yeah, well, yeah, but there's a brand that we have here that
Bug
everyone
boys,
uses.
bug guys, whatever it is.
I can't even. I don't know, but yeah, I would have basically been like, we need to call like them, like but Ghostbusters version of them, dude. Just get them to completely decontaminate this whole building.
What I don't get with people like that is that they want to still keep their stuff.
Dude,
And
no way.
And I'm like, can you not tell that this is a health violation?
I can't. If
And
the
I even
roach-
told her, I said, she was acting like it was normal. I'm like, you realize there's probably roaches all around everywhere in your office.
Dude, I could see if like somebody had dropped bread in there and there was a line of ants. I'd be like, damn it, there's ants, no big deal. But roaches, dude, no way in
And
hell.
eggs, dude. And that thing was warm, too. They liked it.
Oh yeah, it's probably like a perfect breeding ground.
Dude,
for
they
them.
were,
Just have-
oh yeah, dude, they were busting all kinds of nuts in there.
Yeah, it's a straight up roach orgy. Bring your own orgy. You know,
Exactly.
like-
It was disgusting, dude.
Jesus,
Nasty.
dude. Oh, dude, I'm already gonna tell you, like right off the bat, that tops anything that I will ever say in this podcast. Like that is by far, like if that was a 10, like I'm gonna give you a solid 6, maybe, dude. Like
Oh,
there's
my-
just there's no top. Mine are more funny than anything,
Oh,
dude.
well,
Like,
you know, we need some humor for this, so your turn.
yeah,
Go ahead.
we'll go over the change of tone then. Basically, you know, I picked up a lot of broken consoles on Craigslist. So obviously you've got all different types of people from all different, you know, basically upbringings, and some are, you know, lower class, middle class, upper class, and some, you know, ghetto areas and some nice areas. So there's all sorts of like that kind of reflected in what was to be found inside of your console, you know, that hasn't been opened up.
Absolutely. You bust that thing open. I'm sorry to interrupt, but like you bust it open, you're just like, yep, you're a smoker. You smoke weed, don't you?
Oh yeah, like how come this console smells like a casino? You know, like
Yeah.
Jesus. Like yeah, I think your Xbox got like cancer. Like that's what happened. Poor guy. Like no shit. Like we need chemo. You know, I'm just saying. But so like I mean, granted, there was a lot of times where you open up a console, it hasn't been, you know, open in years, and it's going to be dusty. Obviously, it's going to have a lot of dust. Sometimes you've got ones that are less dusty than others. I'm like, okay, you're obviously, you know, your house is very clean, or a very dusty one where your house is really messy. Well, dude, I kid you not, man. There was one time I was out. I think I did most of my console openings in my room, which was probably terrible.
That's
idea.
a really bad idea.
Yeah, on the floor, like middle of my room, and so all the time, you know, big dust clumps and shit, and like usually if they were really messy, I would take them outside and either, you know, blow them off with a air compressor or just kind of brush them. I had a big painter's brush I'd use, and God, dude, there was one time I opened it up and pulled off the side panel, and there was just shit flying everywhere, and I'm like, whoa, like this is way more than normal.
Wait, now when you're
And-
saying shit, are you talking about like dust or like mouse shit or something?
No, no. We're just talking like dust, dude. Just like
Okay.
particles. And, no. If it was mouse shit, I'd just call it as I see it, and I'd be like, "There's mouse shit everywhere." No, I'm just talking like, you know, dust, but we're not talking just like your normal little. We're talking like, holy shit, this is a lot, like thick clumped everywhere. And I kid you not, dude. When I opened that console and pulled off the top, it literally looked like somebody had murdered a cat and shoved it inside of that Xbox 360.
So it was like hair and all that everywhere?
There was just puss hair everywhere. Dude.
Oh, God.
I mean, I could pull off, and I'm like, holy shit, there's like 36 hairballs in here, dude.
So, like, what was the cat, like, throwing up in the system?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. It was just a clumpy ass cat. I mean, my cat walks in the room because you know, she's been in all my videos. She walks in, she's checking out the Xbox. She's like, "What the?" Even she's like concerned about this cat. She's like,
Did she do the thing where like her ears kind of tucked back and she like slinked away and then ran out of your room?
She just basically she smells it, and then she goes from like, "I'm just a happy cat," to like, holy shit, like, you know, big old pupils, tail starting to flip out, and I'm like, you know, so I grabbed the Xbox, took it outside, and I couldn't even use my brush or air compressor at first. I had to literally use my hands to pull the clumps off of the heat
That's
sink.
so nasty.
Oh, dude, I'm like, I don't know if like this is a dirty cat, like poor cat, dude, you know. And so, I mean, essentially, I got it and I brushed it all off, and I don't remember if it was fixable or not, but I mean, holy shit, it was the first time, because again, dust, I've seen tons of dust on all sorts of consoles, but there was a full-blown cat. Like if I had gotten that hair and I were to morph a cat out of it, I could have made a mini cat, dude. Out of
Like
the
you would have
Xbox.
made it, like you would have morphed the cat, and then you just hear it in the middle of the night, like at 3 a.m. Meow.
Holy shit! I don't know why I pictured Gary. Oh my god! Yeah, I mean it was just a lot of hair, and I mean again, dust is no big deal, but when you've got some stranger's puss hair flying around your room, it's just gross.
Yeah,
dude.
oh dude, that's nasty. I bet it was like floating around like eye floaters and all that stuff too.
Oh, it was absolutely just crazy. So yeah, that was just kind of a funny one. I mean, it's nothing. I guess it was kind of nasty, but compared to roaches, it's not. It was more just like holy crap, like poor cat more than anything. You
I
know?
gotcha. Yeah. Oh man, poor cat.
Mhm.
Well, for my next one, I actually have one related to an Xbox now. This I actually told in a video before, but I'll go ahead and tell it here because a lot of people have not seen that video. Now, I worked at a game store for a bit. I feel like I'm just bringing that up way too often.
Yeah,
That's
man,
because-
like, we get it.
Yeah. No, I talked about it in the last mod chat, and then I did 2 commentaries about it recently. But anyways, what happened was we did repairs at this store. So I get a call, right? I wasn't the technician, but I get a call, and this person's like, yeah, so we just got this Xbox 360, and for some reason, it keeps like overheating and turning off, and it's making some weird noises. And I was like, well, I'm not the tech, but we can definitely look at it. Now, I don't know what the noises would be. I'd have to actually hear it, but I think, you know, the overheating, I think it might just be dirty. So we could probably just clean it out and it'll be fine. And the kid's like, okay, great, we'll bring it by. So mom and 2 kids come in, right? A few hours later. And they're like, yeah, we called you about the Xbox. I said, okay, sure. And this thing, it was in like mid 2011, right? So they pull out an Xbox 360 Slim. This thing is looking pristine, right? Like she pulls it out of her bag, it's looking clean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like brand new, solid. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, at least,
like
you know.
very nice. It's like the matte black system, all that stuff, the one I like. And I was like, oh, that's a Slim. I even exclaimed that. Like I was like, that's a Slim system. And they're like, yeah, well, see, it keeps kind of like they're explaining it to me. And as they're explaining it, I see something run inside of the fan grate.
Oh god.
And the fan grates are, in case you don't know, they're on top of the system. And I'm just like, there's bugs in your system. And the lady's like, wait, what? I was like, there are bugs in your system.
So roaches though?
She's like, wait, what? And then she like tilts it down, and as she does that, we had glass counters. A roach jumps out of the system and flies onto my counter, and I was there alone. So I feel the EBGBs, I feel everything all in my body, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, like freaking out and all that.
Yeah.
So I have to go around, get paper towels, come back. The kids are busting out laughing,
Yeah,
and
for
I'm
sure.
trying to kill this roach. I'm like, just go, take the system, go that way,
Yeah.
that way. So they go to the opposite end, right? So I kill the roach, I throw it away. I'm still just feeling really weird all over. And then I go over, and they're acting like this is normal. Like the kids are trying not to laugh. And that kind of annoyed me too, I'm not gonna lie. I felt a little insulted with that. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to do you a service and you're making fun of me because of your nasty system that you brought into my damn store.
Yeah.
So what happened is the mom was just like, oh yeah, there was another roach that came out and then a spider came out too. And I was like, why are you all acting like this is normal?
Yeah, dude, the whole world's just lost their damn mind, it sounds like, dude.
Yeah, and this was 4 years ago. So what ends up happening is then I start writing up the tickets, and I was commenting. I wasn't cussing or anything, but I'm like, this system's disgusting. Like, how did you all get the system this gross? And there's like, well, we just kept it in the garage for like 4 months, and we tried hooking it up, and it was just like not working. And I was like, well, I wonder why. Like, thing is nasty. So what happens is I'm writing this up, and then the kid is just like, one of the kids is like, oh, and see, the system also makes some noises. And I'm like, I'm not hooking it up. No, no. And he's like, well, see, it makes noises like when you do this, and he picks it up from the side, and you just hear, like you hear that on the inside. This thing is not hooked up to anything. And he's like, see, that's the noise it's making. And I was like,
It's a demon, is what it is.
I was just like, that's not the system. That's a bug you just pissed off because you moved its entire home.
Is that what it was, though?
It wasn't, dude, it was a bug. Yeah. Because the system there was no way it could make noise or anything like that.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening was I was just like, I'm sitting there with the ticket and I'm like, I don't want to touch the system. How can I get it back? And the mom's like, oh, well, maybe you could put it in a bag. I'm like, thank you. I'm going to put it in a bag. She's like, actually, you should double bag it. I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to use 3 bags. So I put like 2 or 3 bags on this system, taped the note to the top of it, and then just put it in the back. And I was like, you know, we'll call you if we look at it. We had 2 technicians, my boss and another tech. My boss didn't know how to open up a Slim. I told him about it. He didn't want to open it up. Or he was just like, well, I'll open it. I'll take the risk. But I need our tech to help me open it up because he was too lazy to look it up. Our tech, I told him, he's like, I'm not opening that up. No, that system's not getting opened. So we had the system sit in the back for a bit. We just, later on, we called up the family and we're just like, listen, just take your nasty system. We can't work on it. Neither of our technicians are too scared to open it. But the thing is, I swear, I don't know if this is a coincidence or not, but after we got in that system, we had a bunch of cockroaches all over the store. I don't know if that's a coincidence or not. I don't know if it was tied to the system. All I know is that after I took in that system, we had cockroaches everywhere.
Oh, dude. No, you've had equally as many encounters with cockroaches as I have, good sir.
Yes, I think so. We haven't talked about cockroach encounters actually until now, so.
Yeah, I've got some good ones, but I mean, again, not relating to. I mean, the only way I ever would have gone into that console is this, dude, is if I threw it in some kind of a container. I got a raid bomb, threw that in there, waited 3 days, and then once I would still have to wear latex gloves, obviously, naturally at that point. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's just, oh, dude, man, the fact that they're so calm about it just concerns me.
That's the thing that I hate about it.
Yeah, the standard of living has just gone down.
Yeah,
if roaches in your shit is just, oh yeah, there's some bugs, man.
Exactly, man. Ugh, nasty.
Dude, that sucks. Yeah, I don't have. I mean, I was gonna.
Maybe at the end of this, each of us can share a story that's bug related but not related to computers, because I have another one that will make people freak out.
I've got a pretty funny one related to a roach in my bedroom.
All right.
I guess. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty much just gonna say I'm not even, because there's no story behind it. There was one time I opened up a console too, and as I took it out, on the underside of it was a couple old dead roaches, like roach flakes that were just in there.
I hate those.
But I mean, I don't have a cool story like that. I'm just saying, like, I opened it up and I'm like, holy shit, this is disgusting. Because I mean, they were so decayed that they were almost like leafy material. They just kind of like decayed, and I was like, dude, fuck, man, like, thank God.
I think a friend of mine he opened up a system, a PS3 actually, and a roach had burned itself on one of the little like metal bars for his heat sink.
Oh, dude, imagine just the smell of like cooked roach flesh, dude.
Oh, I bet it would be kind of tasty. I don't know.
Oh, dude, that's gross. Oh my God. Yeah. That's disgusting.
Maybe
man.
It tastes like bacon in the morning or something. I don't know.
Dude, even if someone gave me like, say, close your eyes and I ate it and it tasted like bacon, I'm like, oh, what was that? They're like, oh, it was bacon. And I was like, okay, cool. And I swallowed it and things were good. And then they later told me that was a roach. I probably would have thrown up still just from knowing that I ate a roach. I'm dead serious, dude.
No, dude, I believe you.
Yeah, roaches make me want to end it all.
Roaches are nasty.
Oh, dude, just, why are they here? What is their purpose? Like, I wish we can quarantine them and just like mass murder all of them.
I guess my short story, because you just told a short one, my short one would be my computer that I'm actually using now. I'm gonna actually do a video about this. Well, I have it done. I just need to upload it, and it might be uploaded before, after, whatever. Anyways, I bought this computer originally from a guy who was really not good with finance, so he had to sell the computer, and he was a smoker. So the thing stank like cigarettes and had tar up in it and everything, so I had to clean it. But the first hour I got it, I opened up not the side panel, like the left one facing me, like where you'd access, all the components, but the right one where all the wires go in the back, right? And there was a live roach that popped out of there. And I think there was a second one too, and I just flipped out. I'm like, damn it, I just spent so much money on this computer and it's roach infested already.
Dude, why is there so... Wait, when you worked at that game store, was it in the same place you currently live where you got that computer, or no?
No, it was different. Like, no, it's just like I worked at a place that had roaches. I worked at another place where there was roaches there. And then this one guy who lived in another town sold me this computer that had roaches in it.
Dude, roaches just love your shit, man.
Yeah, man, dude. One thing I have to say, I've noticed one major correlation, except with the one at work currently, the first story I told. One major correlation when I work on hardware that has roaches in it, it always belongs to smokers. And I gotta say, Daniel, I'm sorry, I'm pumping you into this a little bit, but you smokers are some nasty motherfuckers. I've seen your hardware.
Dude, my car, it smells like a casino. But aside from that, dude, I'm very... Like, I have a specific shirt I wear if I'm smoking that I just, like, don't wear, and no, dude, it depends. Okay, I would say there's a certain type of smoker that's just a nasty downright dirty motherfucker. But then you've got people like me, you know, just okay, man, whatever. I don't need to defend myself to you on ModChat Plus.
Yeah, this has turned into the Call Daniel Out episode for smoking.
Man, I'm gonna go just jump off a bridge.
Oh, yeah, well,
never
no,
be a part two.
I know you like smoke outside and all that, so like you at least have that. I'm talking about the people that smoke inside their house and they're like playing Call of Duty. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna smoke this cigarette in the middle of kill confirmed.
Dude, here's my thing with smoking. I smoke, but it's a love-hate thing, and I also hate being around smoke. Like, if I go to the casino and the next person next to me is smoking, I want to punch them. It smells gross. It's disgusting. It's like I only want it in small doses when I want it. Other than that, like the taste in my mouth, I'm like, give me gum, give me gum, give me gum. It's not like dude, there's some people that are just like walking ashtrays, dude.
Yeah, oh, dude, it's nasty.
Yeah, that's dirty. I mean, working at a bar, I see that all the time. Just someone that comes in here and I'm like, you have a wife? Holy shit! Like, good for her. Like, she's a really good woman, you know? Because I just like, oh man, your ass is stinky.
There's actually one person I know of who he's quitting smoke. He quit smoking, and the funny thing is, when he quit smoking, he had so much money that he could upgrade his PC with, and he actually had an issue. He's like, guys, I need help. My wife still smokes, and I absolutely hate how she smells now. She smells like a wet ashtray.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, man.
It's funny, but disgusting. I hate
it. Nasty. You got any more stories?
Well, I've got a road story, but again, I don't know if you want me to end it or feed that in here, or if you want to wait for another time for that one.
I mean, if you want to, sure. You share your road story. I'm gonna share my bug story.
Okay. You want to start? Or you want me to start?
No, you go ahead. Start. I just told a story.
Okay. All right. Here we go. It's gonna be funny for most of you, I think. So, anyways, I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but I used to do a lot of flashcard stuff on my channel, and I worked with a gentleman selling a lot of DS accessories and things like that, a guy out of China, and so a lot of nights I'd be up late packaging things and getting things ready, and I'm the type of person where I have to have a clean slate when I start working on a project, but until I'm done with that project, which can take weeks, everything has to stay messy. That's how I know where shit's at, because like when I was working on the project, I put this here, that there, this there. And so I've been doing there's tape everywhere, there's packages everywhere, I was working on a tutorial or something like that at the time. There's just crap everywhere in my little room. And my dad comes home from work at about 1:30 in the morning and comes to my room, says hello like he always does, and he's like, man, your room is trash. And I was like, yeah, I know, Dad. I have eyes, I see. He's like, you need to clean it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll clean it soon, no worries. And he's like, man, you've got like a big stink bug in your room. And I was like, really? Like, first just really? And I look down on the floor, dude, and there's a big ass cockroach just walking across my room.
Oh god, I just felt something on my shoulder when you said that.
Oh, dude, instant like that barf feeling, that scare. I'm like, holy shit, Dad, that's not a stink bug, that's a cockroach. And I freak out, dude. Run out of my room. I shit you not, dude. Run out of my room, grab a couple of things. Oh, no, that's not true at all, actually. No, before that happened, I tried to my dad was like, you need to get it or kill. I was like, no, dude, fuck that. Like, you gotta get it, Dad. You're the dad. And I mean, I'm 20 years old at this point, so I'm like a grown-ass dad. And I'm like, no, Dad, you get it. He's like, I'm not getting it. But he ended up getting his shoe. He tries to hit it, misses, and it goes from like 0 to 100, like nothing. I mean,
god, so it ran out somewhere.
Little homie booked it into my closet, and I'm like, there's no going back now. Like, it's done. And so I grabbed my necessities, which is like my work clothes for the next day, a couple other items, and I remember I taped off the air vent in my room that lets the heat air and cool in, and I taped off the underside of the door so that way nothing could get in and nothing could get out. And I told my brother, I was like, hey dude, I'm staying in your room. I slept I think I just slept on the floor in his room for a couple days. But basically, I was in there in my room, and my dad was like, "Oh, we'll deal with it tomorrow. It's too late, obviously 2 in the morning at this point, 2:30 in the morning." I was like, "Okay, whatever." And I'm freaking out. I'm just super freaking out. I've already had more prior run-ins with roaches before. It's not my first rodeo with roaches, so I'm freaking out about it. And I end up going on my phone, and I always, again, research the crap out of things, and everything I'm seeing is just making me more and more uncomfortable. Like, the first thing I see is, by the time you've seen one, there's thousands. I'm like, oh no. Like, oh no. I mean, I'm getting really sick. I'm telling my work buddy in China, like, hey, I won't be able to work for a couple of days. There's a pretty big emergency. I should not, dude. I mean, I told him I can't access my room, and my dad thought actually the roach had came from China in a package. I'm like, that bastard sent me a motherfucking roach.
Oh my god, I want to do stuff like that now.
And then I saw videos on basically things saying, roaches like to crawl into warm, moist places, and they typically crawl in your ear. And so obviously
Oh!
the thought of a roach in my ear made me want to die. So what I did was, I kid you not, for 3 days of me sleeping in that room, I slept with a goddamn beanie on, dude. I was so, it's hotter than shit, dude. I'm just in there with a beanie on, and basically what happened was,
And you realize that probably would have done nothing.
what do you mean?
It probably would have just like crawled onto your cheek and like gone up there and still gone in your ear if it really wanted up there.
Oh, I know, but it was more just for myself, dude.
I know.
I totally I burritoed my ass into the blankets at night, and I mean, I was just throwing up a prayer, just nobody messed with me. And so the next day or the day after that, my dad, he says, you got to go through your room piece by piece. So we start going through each article of clothing, and I mean, when we get towards the closet, dude, I'm not like the only way I can describe it is like a chimp picking through stuff. I don't know why, that's what's coming in my head, but it was like slowly picking through stuff. But then it got to a point, dude, where I would pick something up real quick and then chuck it as soon as I knew it was clean. Like, just go, because I wanted to get done with it. And basically, my dad. Oh no! Well, first, before we searched this stuff, we raid bombed my whole room, dude. My dad was like, "Okay, I got a couple raid bombs." We threw bombs in my room. Wait a day or two, and then once that cleared out, that's when we started the treasure hunt for the roaches and stuff. And in all honesty, we ended up finding that roach in my closet. It was pretty high, but still alive from the medicine or the bomb. And my dad.
So you just got that thing high as shit.
Yeah, that thing was just like, yeah, roach life. And so my dad beat the shit out of it with a shoe and just smeared its little guts. It was gross. But anyways, long story short, there was no other roaches, and this was a German cockroach, I believe is the term. And no, that might not be right. But essentially, it was the cockroaches that are outside cockroaches that get really big, and it just happened to wander in because of the time of year. So thank God, because if there had been more of them, I'm telling you, it might have been the end of me on my YouTube channel.
I can't ever go into my room again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry guys. I never told you this, but I'm the biggest chicken shit ever. So,
That's hilarious.
That's my story. Not really gross, but more just humorous on my crazy dramatic ass about.
I wish I had more stories like that. Mine are all gross and disgusting and just make you
good, because I've got the humorous ones, and you just make everyone want to throw up.
Yeah. I now I have one about my room and a bug.
Oh God, let's hear it.
All right, I've never told this one on the channel actually. So this was my freshman year, my first semester technically, of college. I was still living at home for my first year. And what happened was, I remember distinctly, I remember I was playing some modded Call of Duty World at War Zombies, right? Because I had just gotten into flashing, and I was playing it on there. I was having a good time, and it was about probably 10:15, 10:20. I decided I was going to go to bed early, So, turn off the Xbox, go from the living room, the downstairs, the living room, to my room, because I had the whole downstairs area to myself when I lived in the house. It was nice. What happens, I go into my room, I'm getting ready for bed and everything, I'm changing out, and I see this spider just go across my floor. And I'm like, oh, okay, big-ass spider. I've dealt with them before, okay. So, I take 5 or 6 tissues, go over, just smack the thing. Now, before I continue, my carpet was about an inch thick, maybe, I want to say. And the spider's belly was about the size of a quarter.
Oh no, it was pregnant.
Yeah. So I lift up the tissues, and the spider's dead. But from me killing the spider, I busted open its stomach, and there was about 200 little baby spiderlings crawling and burrowing themselves into my carpet and trying to run away for dear life. So I'm freaking out. I'm just so I start, it looked like dirt that was moving. So I start taking more Kleenexes, and I'm trying to dig them out while I get the other Kleenexes I've used, and I'm trying to keep them all together so the babies don't go everywhere in my room. But then I'm freaking out because I'm holding tissues with little baby, not cockroaches, with little baby spiderlings in them. So I run over to the bathroom, throw that shit in the toilet, flush it, come back, like, I start looking through my cabinets, like, what the fuck do I have? What the fuck do I have? And I see bug spray. I'm like, bug spray versus carpet. This is the only thing I can think of right now. So I start spraying my carpet within about, like, a foot by foot square, like, space, just where I killed that. And I'm spraying it like it was, like, drenched when I was done. Because I sprayed it for about 2 minutes. And I felt like all the little EBGBs all over me and everything. And my stepmom was still awake, and I go upstairs, I'm just like, I killed a pregnant spider, and baby spiderlings were burrowing all inside of my carpet, and that's something I don't ever want to see again. And she's like, oh, well, do you need to, like, sleep up here? Do you need to sleep outside? I'm like, no, I'm fine. So I did sleep in my room. Other friends said they would have not slept in my room afterwards. But
I don't think I would have either, dude. Especially if you get, like, I know that EBGB feeling you're talking about, because that's what I get with the roaches, and you just feel like it's like, for me, it's like anxiety and gross at the same time. You know, it's like an anxious, freaking out, disgusting, like, bleh, you know.
Yeah. You know, the worst part was then, a few months later, I was using the bathroom one day. I was waking up and everything, and I see a spider on my wall. I'm like, oh, I'll kill it. I'm half awake. This thing was pregnant too.
Dude.
Yeah, and then the little baby spiderlings, there weren't as many, but they started crawling up my arm. I was ass naked, like in the middle of using the bathroom and everything, and I'm just freaking out.
Jesus Christ. Did you just, like, swat at your arm to get them off?
I was, like, trying to, like, brush them off and everything, like, into the sink or the toilet or whatever, just so I could, like, get them down. Because my thing is, when I kill a bug, I throw it down the toilet because I want to make sure that thing drowns and gets far away from me at the same time.
Oh yeah, you don't want any zombie bugs coming after you again.
Exactly. No,
you know?
that's terrible. Yeah, no, the sink is okay, but toilet all the way.
Random zombie thing I gotta add in, dude. Sorry, it's nothing to do with anything. Did you see the zombie cat post I posted, dude?
Yeah, I did, yeah, the one that came back after like 5 or 6 days.
It got hit by a car. It got a broken jaw, and an eye popped out, and they buried it. And 5 days later, that son of a bitch is in their yard, dude.
That's like, oh my god, that's so creepy.
I know. I'm freaking out.
Like, that's not cute in any way.
No, the cat looks like shit. I'm like, god damn.
I saw it. I was like, why does this cat look so ugly? And now that the eye popped out, I'm like, oh, its eye popped out.
Oh, dude, it looks so gnarly. It's some like Freddy Krueger shit, you know?
It is, man. The Freddy Krueger cat.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But that's gnarly, dude. I've had very few encounters with pregnant spiders, and the fact that you've had two, like, that's
I had them like months between them. It was disgusting.
I would probably think twice before I squash another spider. I might just, like, throw it in a jar and then throw the whole jar out.
But
dude.
then that involves me actually touching the spider. And
no, dude, just if it's on the wall, you put the jar around it and then scrape upward and it'll fall right in.
You know, if I was a smoker, actually, I would do the Constantine thing, like if you've ever seen the movie, and just like take a jar and blow a bunch of smoke into it and then just put on top of the spider and kill it that way.
Does that work?
I don't know. It worked in a movie.
Oh, it sounds rad. Like,
have you ever seen Constantine?
No.
Oh my god!
It's like the Angels, right, or something like that.
Yeah, that movie is so good. You need to see it.
I feel like I watched a tiny clip of it as a kid, and it scared the shit out of me.
Oh my god, it's so great.
I probably will watch it. Is it on Netflix?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know.
If it is, I'll probably watch it tonight, in all honesty.
All right. Yeah, it's not super scary or anything. It's so good, though. It's so good.
I definitely have heard it before. I know exactly. Again, if I was able to remember the angel thing, I definitely can recall it. I just don't know, much about the movie itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I got you, man.
But that was some pretty good stories, I think, dude.
Oh, yeah, pretty good. I mean, it depends what your opinion of good is. Like, people who have, like, bug fetishes are like, yes, this is good, this is delicious.
The guys, and you're like...
Yeah. You know what I'm going to do? Next time I send you some, I'm going to send you bugs that you can eat.
Oh, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
No, I'm kidding.
If you start sending me messed up shit, I'm going to send some messed up shit back, dude.
Like, send you, like, out of, like, those, like, chocolate-covered grasshoppers and, like little maggots and stuff.
I'm going to send you roach porn.
Oh, God. At least that one I have the option in not watching it.
It's like on your top 5 least favorite porns.
Oh, God, yes. And we're going to start rating porns.
Oh, my God, dude. This is getting crazy.
Oh, my God, yes. Okay, well, that was our first episode of ModChat Plus. Let us know what you thought, and let us know if you threw up or anything like that.
Yeah, dude. That was rad.
Oh,
huge fan. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, it's going to be, like...
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun. I would say that if there's one thing me and Mr. Mario have absolutely no problem doing, it's talking. So
Yeah,
we're
no,
always gonna have some bizarre story or something to talk about, and so it's fun to just be able to kind of share in a way like relaxed, humorous, and just more like it's like I see it as like show and tell, or like
pretty
even
much, dude. I miss show and tell so much.
dude, show and tell they should never have stopped. Like that's.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
man.
the thing that like shit that you think's cool, everyone has to check it out, even if they don't think it's cool, is awesome,
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Oh man, I miss that
Yeah,
show and tell.
yeah, me too, dude. Me
Yeah, I think
too.
it stopped for me. What, in maybe fourth grade?
I couldn't even tell you, but I would say it was probably sometime around that point. And I think most of the stuff I showed was like my mom had a bunch of weird Swedish stuff that I always brought. She was like, "Yeah, these are rad." Like everyone would think these are cool. Usually they didn't think they were very cool at all.
Uh-huh.
Or like back then was when I was big on Pokemon, so like check out my Charizard or something like that.
No, I got you. So you're like the kid up there showing off your Pokemon cards.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
Like,
Yeah, for
like
sure.
in middle school, that sounds like so lame, and then high school, and college especially, it's like, oh yeah, dude, I was epic.
Yeah, reminiscing. I'm like, I was the bad kid. I had all the first edition Jungle Pack and
Oh,
shit.
that's awesome.
But
Oh,
anyways, from my end, that's all for this one, dude. Unless you've got anything else you want to add.
No, I'm good. I just want to tell everyone I hope you really enjoyed Mod Chat Plus, and honestly, I think I'm gonna like this just as much, maybe even a little more than regular Mod Chat, because it's just like us, just talking about whatever we want to.
It's fun. Well, because here's the thing: with the couple of times that we actually call each other, when it's just not too often when it is, we always end up talking about some random shit, and so now it's like a organized yet unorganized, planned out discussion of randomness.
Exactly. We have a reason to talk about random shit now.
Yeah. Like the other day when you called me and you were talking about, I can't even remember the end thing, but I
Yeah,
remember,
I was gonna ask you about the Elgato, and then at the end of our 45-minute conversation, I'm like, wait, how do you like the Elgato?
Yeah, I was like, all right, dude, well, I'm gonna talk to you later on. Like, no. Like, the whole point of this whole talk oh god, dude. So yeah, it's gonna be a good time. And then also, I mean, again, once we get into this, I would say that I'm sure you agree. If you guys have topics too that you want us to hear us debate on, I'm sure we'd be so for that too.
Absolutely, yes. Unless it's anything like too personal or something, I don't know. But
I feel like here's the thing: like we're gonna kind of lean into some stuff, but there's obviously I'm sure there's still gonna be some kind of a line where it's like, yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
So, but yeah, guys, again, for me, Dope Sweater 930, and that's it for me on my end.
All right. Well, hey, this is Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. We appreciate it.